Once in a small town named Riverton lived a man named Jack Thompson. He was a factory worker who spent long hours assembling machines. The factory was noisy, filled with the sounds of clanking metals and whirring gears. Jack would come home every day with greasy hands and tired eyes. Even though he was a hard worker, he dreamed of something more. Jack had a special talent for fixing things. While others only saw machines, he saw the potential in them. He often thought about how he could make the factory work better, but his ideas never seemed important to his boss, Mr. Green, a strict man who only cared about the bottom line. One day, while fixing a conveyor belt that had broken down, Jack had a thought. What if he could design a machine that could fix itself? With this idea swirling in his mind, he started to sketch on the back of old blueprints he found in the waste bin. He worked late at night, using his humble kitchen table as his design studio. Jack was determined to create something great. His days in the factory were long and tiring, but each night, he poured every drop of energy into his sketches. He became friends with Lucy, a fellow worker who was always supportive. She admired Jack's passion and often encouraged him to chase his dreams. "You can do this, Jack. You have a gift," Lucy would say, bringing him coffee during their breaks and listening to his ideas. Seasons changed, and the factory began to struggle. Mr. Green hired new workers, but did not invest in improvements. One day, the factory faced a major setback when an essential machine broke down, halting production. Frustrated, Mr. Green called for a meeting and gathered everyone in the main hall. "We need someone to come up with a solution, or else I will be forced to lay off workers," he announced, looking around the room with a stern face. The workers were anxious. Jack felt a spark of determination. He raised his hand. "I might have an idea," he said, surprising everyone. Mr. Green hesitated, but allowed him to speak. Jack explained his concept of a self-repairing machine, detailing how it could revolutionize their production process. Mr. Green frowned. "Do you really think this is practical?" he asked. Jack smiled. "I believe it is. If I can gather the materials in time, I can build a prototype." The room was silent. It was a long shot, but some workers were hopeful. After the meeting, Lucy approached Jack. "You should go for it. This could be your chance," she said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Jack felt a mix of fear and excitement. He decided to take Lucy's advice. That weekend, Jack gathered spare parts in the factory junkyard. After long hours, he built his first prototype, which he named AutoFix. It was a small device that could detect when a machine was malfunctioning and then automatically repair itself. He invited Lucy to see it, and her face lit up with joy. "This is amazing, Jack. You have to show Mr. Green," she exclaimed. But Jack hesitated. What if he failed? What if Mr. Green laughed at him again? However, with Lucy's encouragement, he took a deep breath and set up a demonstration for the factory's workers and Mr. Green. On the day of the demonstration, Jack felt nervous. The workers gathered, whispering in curiosity. Mr. Green rolled his eyes but was present nonetheless, arms crossed. Jack explained how AutoFix worked, and when he activated it, everyone watched with bated breath. To their amazement, it repaired a broken gear in under a minute. The crowd erupted into applause. Mr. Green's eyes widened. "This could actually work," he said slowly, considering the possibilities. Jack felt a rush of pride. His dream was coming true. With Mr. Green's support, they developed more units of AutoFix and improved their factory efficiency. Workers were amazed and relieved as production increased, and the factory avoided layoffs. Other factories in the region heard about Jack's invention and started to take interest. As AutoFix gained popularity, Jack was invited to tech fairs and exhibitions. With Lucy by his side, they traveled to different cities, sharing his invention. He met inventors and engineers who inspired him to keep innovating. Jack found himself on the path he had always dreamed of, becoming a well-known inventor who brought joy and progress. Years passed. The factory in Riverton prospered, and Jack never forgot where he came from. He established a scholarship for aspiring inventors from his hometown. Each year, they awarded several young minds to help them build their dreams, just as Jack had done. One sunny afternoon, Jack stood in front of a classroom filled with eager students. You may come from different backgrounds, but never let that stop you from dreaming. He spoke passionately. I started as a factory worker with greasy hands, but I became an inventor because I believed in my ideas. The students listened intently, their eyes wide with inspiration. After the class, one student approached him and said, "Mr. Thompson, I want to be just like you." Jack smiled warmly and replied, "Believe in yourself, and you can change the world too." As Jack left the classroom, he felt a sense of fulfillment. He had transformed from a simple worker into an inventor who shaped the future. Every greasy hand that once built machines now held the power to create change. Jack knew that anyone could achieve greatness if they followed their passion. And so, with a heart full of hope and determination, he continued to inspire others to look beyond the ordinary and strive for the extraordinary. And thus, the story of Jack Thompson, from factory worker to world-changing inventor, became an inspiration in Riverton and beyond, proving that with hard work and belief in oneself, dreams can indeed come true.